Blood is the ink of life itself. It paints our bodies with memories, the very essence of who we are. And when it comes to reading, the past few books hold more secrets than this one. The book that writes itself in blood. A phrase that has haunted me since I first heard it many years ago. My grandfather spoke of the book as if it was some forbidden grimoire, something to be feared. Yet his own father, my great-grandfather, had written of it with reverence. He believed the book was real, that it held the key to immortality, and in his later years, he dedicated his life to finding it. Now, as the last of the bloodline, I find myself drawn to the mystery of the book and the legacy of my ancestors. The question of what it all means keeps me up at night. So I've decided to embark on my own quest to uncover the truth behind the book that writes itself in blood. This is the story of my discovery. It all started when I was just a boy. I remember hearing stories about the book from my grandfather, but at the time I thought they were just fanciful tales. Now that I'm older and wiser, I realized there must have been more to those stories than I understood back then. My grandfather was a man of science, a doctor who dedicated his life to helping others. But beneath that stoic and rational exterior, there was a hint of something more, something mystical and ethereal. One day, while rummaging through my grandmother's belongings after she passed away, I came across a hidden box filled with my grandfather's personal items. Among them was a worn leather journal. I knew instantly that this was no ordinary book. As I opened it, the scent of aged paper and ink filled my senses, transporting me back in time. The journal contained entries written by my grandfather, detailing his thoughts, experiences, and most remarkably, his dreams. And within those dream narratives, the book that writes itself in blood was mentioned several times. Each mention sent a shiver down my spine, intensifying my curiosity. As I delved deeper into my grandfather's journal, I discovered that his fascination with the book dated back to his own childhood. He had heard stories of it from his father, my great-grandfather, a man he described as being consumed by the search for the book towards the end of his life. The journal entries revealed a deep-rooted mystery within our family history, a secret that had been passed down through generations. The book that writes itself in blood became an obsession for my and as I read through the faded ink on the brittle pages, I felt a strong connection to him, as if he were guiding me on a path to uncover the truth. My determination grew with each passing day. I wanted to know everything about the book and the links my great-grandfather went to in his pursuit of it. But where to begin? The answers lay hidden somewhere within the annals of our family history, waiting to be discovered. As I continued exploring my grandfather's belongings, I stumbled upon an old photograph. In the picture, I saw my great-grandfather standing proudly beside a large wooden desk, surrounded by stacks of books and arcane instruments. The desk appeared ancient, its surface worn smooth by countless hands that had rested upon it. Something about the desk seemed familiar, as if I had seen it before. But where? Then I remembered. The desk was a prominent feature in my grandfather's dreams, always present but never explained. What did it signify? Was it merely a recurring element in his subconscious, or did it hold a deeper meaning? With renewed purpose, I decided to visit my grandfather's hometown. Perhaps there, among the familiar streets and buildings, I would find clues leading me closer to the truth. As I strolled through the town, I couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched, as if unseen eyes were following my every move. I stopped in front of an old house, my grandfather's childhood home, and knocked on the door. An elderly woman opened it, her face etched with years of wisdom and kindness. She introduced herself as Martha, a close friend of the family who had known my grandfather when he was young. I explained my quest to her, and she listened patiently, her eyes filled with understanding. Martha led me to a small room filled with old furniture and trinkets from a bygone era. Among them was a writing desk, its surface worn and scratched, just like the one in my grandfather's dreams. Could this be the desk from the book? Overwhelmed with anticipation, I reached out to touch it when suddenly Martha stopped me. That desk holds secrets best left undisturbed, she said, her voice trembling slightly. Your grandfather's family sought the book because it promised eternal life. But at what cost? Her words hung in the air, heavy with foreboding. I knew I had stumbled upon something profound, something that could change my life forever. Despite the danger, I was determined to uncover the truth behind the book and the desk. With Martha's help, I managed to move the desk to a shed in her garden. Using a crowbar, I pried open the floorboards, revealing a hollow space beneath. Inside, I found a small leather-bound book. As I pulled it out, the musty smell of ancient parchment filled my nostrils. On the cover, barely visible under years of grime, was an inscription written in a language I did not recognize. My heart pounded in my chest as I realized this might be the book I had been searching for. Back at home, I researched the language and discovered it was ancient Greek. With the help of an online translator, I deciphered the inscription. It read the book that writes itself in blood. My blood ran cold. I knew I had found the right book, but I had no idea what secrets it held. As I turned the brittle pages, I realized the book wasn't filled with words, but with strange symbols and diagrams. Each symbol seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, drawing me deeper into its enigmatic depths. Suddenly, I noticed a faint glow emanating from the center of the book. As I moved closer, the glow intensified, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, I found a small vial filled with a crimson liquid. The sight of the blood-red liquid sent shivers down my spine. What was it? And how did it relate to the book's mysterious symbols? Driven by an insatiable curiosity, I decided to drink the liquid. As soon as it touched my tongue, a jolt of energy surged through my body. The world around me seemed to shimmer, as if reality itself was shifting and changing. I stumbled back, grasping for support. The room spun, and I collapsed to the floor, my vision fading to black. When I regained consciousness, I found myself in a dark and unfamiliar place. All around me, shadowy figures danced and whispered, their voices echoing in the darkness. I was filled with a sense of dread, knowing I had unleashed something powerful beyond my understanding. Then, as quickly as it began, it ended. The shadows vanished, leaving me alone in the silence. And yet, I could feel their presence lingering around me, watching, waiting. I realized I had crossed a threshold into a realm I never knew existed. A realm where the boundaries between life and death were blurred. The book had opened a portal, connecting me to a world of ancient magic and untold power. But why? What purpose did it serve? And what did it mean for my destiny? My journey has just begun. And as I delve deeper into the mysteries of the book, I fear I may never return. The price of knowledge is high, and I am only beginning to understand the true cost. As I continue my exploration of the book, I feel a growing sense of unease. I can feel the presence of the shadowy figures from my dream enveloping me. Their intentions unclear. Are they guiding me or trying to lead me astray? I don't know. One thing is certain, the book is more than just a collection of symbols and diagrams. It is a gateway to a world that exists just beyond our perception. A world where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, where the whispers of the ancients still echo. And as I venture deeper into this realm, I must be wary, for with great power comes great danger. And the secrets held within the book are not meant to be uncovered by mortal hand. What will I discover in the pages that follow? Will I find the answers I seek, or only more questions? The truth is, I don't know, but I am determined to find out. Join me on my journey and let us explore the depths of the book that writes itself in blood together.